doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you for this truly needing to take place, and trust and believe it's going to take you towards levels you have never thought you were going to go to. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings. Love and light. And many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when your girl is about to upload her next video. And if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line too. I would love to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And I'm sorry, my gum got stuck. Oh Lord, I swallowed it. Um, my bad, y'all. And if you feel like the video is informative, give you good vibes, good inspirations that you would love to share it with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath going through trying times at the moment, or and just going through, needing spiritual guidance or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you so much for the support and the constant love y'all give me, and I hope that you are able to resonate with the content of my video. Y'all, it's just like everything is crazy right now. You see the light around me, it just keeps changing. My energy is like shifting is elevating, and I'm getting like so much pressure in my third eye. So it's a lot of ascension transformation going on right now, right along with the spiritual change, the psychic change, and all the other good old things that can really be heavy on your body. Meditation music, Zen music, positive energy, sleep, relax music. At Yin Yang 1011. Hey, always go for what you deserve, not what you settle for. It's totally true. It is just like to be able to allow yourself to raise standards on how you pick people to be in your life, because not everybody has good intentions when they approach. And it is just like it took me a long time to know my worth. It took me a long time to have that love for self, understand what changed self, because I was looking for validations through others. My self esteem was not the highest, you know. And it is just like connect with my dad on that television. Sometimes it can get to that point where it does get lonely. Um, when you have been, single for a long time, but it was just with me. I I was going down this path, and it's just like, if I feel like I don't even get, that butterfly in my stomach with connecting with people I already know, I'm about, we either he's gonna waste my time, or he or she, or even me, the time about to be wasted that you can't get back, even if time existed. I'd rather play to be good. It's just constant. People are like, "Ooh, there's something about you," or "Ooh, I want to get to know you better," and all these different things. And I would spaz out like, "Ugh, don't do that," And it's like right now I'm going, my life is too complicated, and it is just at that point, especially if people know who I'm related to. Dog lights keep changing in my face, y'all. My bad. Um, knowing people know who I'm related to. Are you with me because you feel like we could be compatible? Are you with me just because you feel like I'm compatible with somebody that that you feel is big or important? And I always had to think about that. And it's just at that point where I'm on my road of just healing from the things that I've endured, because I really have endured a lot. And then I had to allow myself to know, even I'd rather be lonely and be by myself than be with somebody, and I'm trying to understand where do I fit in their category of life. Are you with me genuinely, or are you being with me because of the benefit of being with me? I've had people that were friends and did that. I had people that were in my in partnership when I was in that. When I first found out what was taking place with me, I used to use my dad as an excuse to be able to get the people back that I truly cared for. But then it's just like, why are you allowing yourself to go back? You should never be like a clock. Only time, the time switches up. You shouldn't switch up and go back to something that was really not incompatibility with you. you know So it's just like, even when I see family that we have the same family, they kept on using that. I said, you need to not tell people who you're related to. And don't even introduce yourself if you're in, that same, group. Because, a lot of people got so many different groups about my dad. And, knowing that you're using that as something to luring people in. And it's just like, if you do that, you never gonna know if that person really likes you for you and what you stand for and what you go by, or they're trying to be with you to see what they can get out of you because they're already seeing that naive that you reflect. So it's like with me, they were like, oh, you just jealous because nobody tries to talk to you, this and this and that. I said, you know what, you don't even know how many people have approached me. It's like, this is not at that time, when I feel like I'm going through my road of healing, learning a lot more, strengthening myself where it needed to be. God is going to bring my soulmate to me. You ain't gonna have to lie to get it. You ain't got to cheat to get it. You ain't got to run for it to get to it. You ain't got to fight to get it, because everything that you're looking for is already on its way to you. When you allow yourself to love yourself, respect yourself, you're not going to allow somebody to come in your life and try to tear all that back down. And that's what I did. I allowed my happiness to be pushed aside just to be with somebody that didn't even care about my happiness, but I cared about theirs. I showed more love to them than they did about me, because they wanted me to sacrifice my love for self just to make them happy. And when people asking you to that's too expensive that you can't even afford. You need to be in that partnership or that marriage where if you tell this person about your weaknesses, they're not going to turn back and use that against you, or they're not going to tell everybody named mama. Like, if you want National Enquirer, you go back and tell them. You go with people, and they have those narcissistic ways where they're telling your business all out to people just for them, because they feel very threatened by what you're doing, just for other people to see them how they see you. And those are the things that allowed me to grow. And I always tell my dad, I appreciate for how you helped me through these storms. I appreciate you being my support system when I didn't physically were able to get it. Allowing myself to see the love within myself and the strength within myself when I wasn't able to do that. And a lot of times I told him, you love me more than I love myself. And I appreciate that, because you did that. And he was like, ever since he was able to be in my life, and that block, that veil was snatched off, and we were able to connect, all over again, was very beautiful to me. Beautiful, because I always longed for that. And it was just like, I didn't have that man in my life to basically show me what it feels like to be respected. My mom's husband didn't give her that respect. He tried to control a lot of things. He wanted to have his upper hand of things. So I tend to, you know, connect with people that were falling behind that situation. And, I raised my standards up, and people were like, oh, since you don't find out who your dad is and stuff like that, you acting like, you better than everybody else. No, it's not even that. I'm very humble. My dad is who my dad is. That's not me. I just want to be able to have my own footsteps. I don't want to follow behind anybody's shadows. My dad was always, you could be what you want to be and more. And that is so true. I love the fact that I'm honored to be able to have him as my dad. I want to be able to do the things that he do, but I want to be able to do my own stuff as I do as well. And, he's always told me how proud he is of me because of the things that I'm doing. And it's just like when you allow yourself, oh Lord, y'all, it's really like thundering and storming here really bad. And I'm so glad I already had to take 2 pain relievers. It's just being able to allow myself to love myself. When you go for things you settle for, you're not going to get all of what you're worth. You have to allow yourself to raise those bars. I've known people, hell, I've been that person that you just be in a relationship just because you're in a relationship and try to make everybody think that, everything was hunky dory, when it was just like, every time that person went out, you are like, oh, are they with somebody else? Are they thinking of me? Are they, you know, um, are they, doing things that they shouldn't be doing? If you have to or go creep through emails, if you got to creep through voicemails or text messages, that's already showing you right then and there you don't need to be with that person. If you have to allow yourself to wonder if they're doing something behind your back, and that's a person you don't need to be with. You go for what you're worth. Anything, when you allow yourself to put all that love, that careness, that support towards self, and you strengthen that, and you don't allow yourself to go for less than that, no matter what people say, when you put up boundaries and tell people, hey, you're not going to talk to me like this, or hey, I'm not going to deal with you, you know disrespecting me, and you cut those connections off, all hell about to break loose, because they like it. Manipulators don't like it when you put boundaries on them. They want to be able to run wild all up in your stuff and all up in somebody else's too. And it's just like reminder, whatever you are lacking, you're going to be placed in a situation where it's going to allow you to recognize what you are lacking, and these things are going to do nothing but change for you in the better. Yeah, it may be hard, it may not be easy, and it's not supposed to be, because that's where your learning comes from, that's where your strength comes from, because you're allowing yourself to see everything within its rawness. It's not always pretty. I can admit I didn't have love for self, but I'm not allowing myself just every time somebody come blinking their eyes at me and tell me how beautiful I am, that I'm gonna go falling for that. I said I appreciate that. You know, and it is just like, my mom had to become my mother and my father, so I wasn't able to see that. And I always tell my kids' fathers is like, I have three baby daughters, baby daddies, but it was like, I've had a lot of years with them. My first love, pregnant with me. My middle daughter, her dad, we were together for almost close to 3 years. And then my last child, oh my God, it was like the most toxic thing I could ever go through, but it was all about toxic relations, but also a blessing, a reflection as well. That was almost close to 21 years. So it's just like all those things has reflected on me. It's just like, even when I'm in a situation, a karmic cycle, I'm not allowing myself to hate him, because it was at that point where I wish you would die. Hope your break lines were severed or something like that. All those different things. But now I'm just like, I always tell men, when men are go out their way to try to belittle a woman, or you try to insult them or disrespect them, I always tell them, be the type of person you want your child to date. Or if you have a son, allow yourself to sit up here and teach your son to respect women. If you are to see you're not compatible with that person, don't leave them on. Don't allow yourself to do unfaithful things where you're still holding on to them. I feel like the weakness of a man is when you get ready to come in their life, you had no intentions on loving them. As Bob Marley done said, that's so sign of weakness, and it was like in the situations where I see it, closely see it, like when you couldn't call the BS on me and I called you out on it. Now, since I'm no longer that person you go to, I'm all everything except the child of God and Mama Nagel. But now, since you got somebody else falling for that, it's okay, because they fell for the okie doke. They already, you already molded yourself into that person that they wanted to see, they wanted to meet. But now I'm at that, my situation, when I see my situation or what is taking place, I allowed myself to love myself, because I felt like I couldn't see myself without him, or, sex was going to keep him there. I felt like they ain't no coochie or no daggone penis. And it didn't go to that point where you're going to see all the chaos going around them, and you feel like just that is going to keep them down, or having a child with that person that keep them down, or marrying a person that's going to keep them down. If a person wants to cheat, it ain't going to matter if they're married or not, they're going to do it. People feel like paper is going to keep somebody settled. No. No, I've seen it many times, but when you got something, when you allow yourself to see, write down the things that you want in a relationship or a marriage, and you stick to that, and you allow yourself to go through those motions on that journey of achieving that, that's what's going to come towards you. When you allow yourself to heal from the baggage from the last toxic relationship, you can't, I've had friends, I've had something else. I'm like, look, you need to keep that time to yourself. Allow yourself to heal. Go into a grieving period. And we're like, well, dang, they didn't die, but no, that relationship did. And you have to allow yourself to see what is taking place, and allow yourself to learn from them failed relationships. So when you finally do heal and you go into that time of being married, you're going to see everything that was the do's and the don'ts, that take place in your life that you didn't want in your life, or you see just certain decisions that you made. I'll sit up here and see some of these celebrities, and they have swingers and stuff like that. They bring extra folks into the, to the to their bed, and then they're wondering why the female or the male is cheating and everything. When you bring somebody else into your love life, into your marriage or your partnership or whatever, that's giving that person an open door policy to go ahead and just screw anything they want to and be okay with it, because you allowed yourself to make a decision about that just to keep somebody happy. And that's not something you need to do. I say there's all about being spontaneous and role playing you can bring into that relationship or marriage, and then you allow yourself to, be spontaneous, change up different things, bring different things that's only pertaining to you and that person to experience. So you keeping your love life, at interest, not doing the same thing over and over again. Try different things, y'all being open to, trying things with, each other. It's just seeing all those different things. And it's just like when people have, catered to somebody's needs, but it was just like, dag, are they catering to yours? That's the things you have to do. If you are getting that love and support when times are rough, and that person gives you that support that you need, that's the person you need to be with. That person that was with you when times were hard, you broke and didn't have a dollar to make it out of 15 cents. When they were there when that times are hard, those are the people you need to be with. When somebody calls you out on your worthy of, that's what you deserve. When somebody takes you all through those different changes, because like relationships aren't perfect, you don't need to be yelling, you don't need to be putting your hands on nobody, you ain't got to call them all out their name. If y'all can have this discussion, like if you need that chill period, take that chill period. Never go to bed angry, because you never know, that may be your last time seeing that person, and all you can remember is that last argument y'all had. Never go to bed angry. If y'all have to go separate for a few minutes to calm your nerves or whatever, it's like, before I go off on you, before I lay hands, let me go ahead and take this little walk real quick. Or let me go ahead and go, do something to cool myself off, and then I'll come back. Those are the things you have to really look out for in the value of a connection, of a relationship, partnership, or marriage. You've been through things before, but you have to allow yourself to really peep what's going on. You a lot of times you have to see that person at their worst, see how they get angry, how do they deal with their anger. Because a lot of times, especially when it comes to narcissists, be that Prince Charming or that Princess Charming, they're trying to see where, your head at, what you need, what you don't like, what you do like, your weaknesses, your strengths, and they already analyzing just so they can put that, they man-made, is because they putting all these things together. They weren't self-man-made, because they all thinking, with these things that they're trying to add up to make sure they can give you everything that you like, that's covered up, that they're trying to place on you and to get you right where they want you. And I have, or for certain things, books you want to, you're interested in, they got those ones where you can choose a choice. Or even when you get those Etsy type packages, for women, they ask you their interests, they ask you what type of things that you like, or what you prefer, or what your hobbies are, whatever. That's how you need to allow yourself to deal with. And see my energy shifting, y'all. And that mess is crazy when I'm doing that, because I feel it, and it makes me feel like I'm on cloud nine. But yeah, you're going for things that really, pique your interest. But you have to, when you have gone through a extended period of toxic relations or connections or anything, it could have been a friend with benefits, and you ain't married, oh, you still ain't found that husband yet, all those different things, I had to allow myself to break from, because it was at that point, even when I got stressed out, I would run and want to have sex, because that was, a stress reliever. But that's not how you do things. You're feeding yourself with ego, the things can get you all caught up, and, especially with all these things going around, would not be surprised if they're going to find a new strand of something. Like almost 6 months to a year ago, I was talking about viruses and stuff like that. Was going to take place. And now I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new strand that is going to take, like, that'll be their kryptonite, but that'll be our power source. I don't know why I'm seeing stuff like that, but I always try to make sure I put my premonitions in my videos so I can go back and say, Dad, you're right, because I feel like there's something new that's about to pop off. And just for average people that are here on this world, on this, whatever, is about to have some stuff, and it's gonna pop off, but it's gonna be to us, it's gonna strengthen us. Because when I see average folks, they're like melting, like the Wizard of Oz, like the witch, like I'm melting, I'm melting. And then when it comes to us, we you like on the Power of Grayskull. If anybody around my era, daggone She-Ra and He-Man, when they threw that daggone sword up, it was on and popping because they don't went back, or even Transformers. Transformers more than meets the eye. I actually used to watch that too. When I was little. But I keep having visions of those things that are taking place, and I know I'm downloading a lot while as I'm speaking to you because you see my light starting to see you. You're allowing yourself not keep going for the okey doke, allowing yourself to, when people keep doing so many harsh things to you, you're saying that's okay. Giving what they're doing and what you know you deserve. That's not something you deserve because a lot of people they will go for that just because they don't want to be alone or they're scared that that person might be with somebody else. You have to understand if they trust me, if they did you like that, they doing all the other ones like that too. So you have to allow yourself to break free from that because that's something that you don't deserve. You have to appreciate what those connections taught you, how it's going to strengthen you, but it's like that. You have to be able to allow yourself to go for something different, but allow yourself to get to know people. Because I was at that point where I used to jump in and have sex and stuff like that. Next thing you know, I dealt with that, the enemy, the perfect man and all that, I end up having a psycho. But then now it's just like at that time, I want to be able to get to know you. I want to see where your head is at, what drives you, what slows you down, what uplifts you, what takes you away. I want to get to know, I want to fall in love with your soul and your mind before I even, start embracing embodied parts. That's what my interests are. Because a lot of times people think sex and money is that real thing. That's what thought values are. A woman's value is going to be that stuff that you want to know everything about them, not just because of the money they got in their wallet and how long it is. Excuse my French, but it's all about that. It's just like that's not what drives me is about money, because there's some people out there that I'm not saying that you're gonna be supporting somebody in their and all that, but you need to have some person when things get rough, you'll be there, and then when things are high, they'll be there. Because a lot of times when you're going through your rough times of life, that exposes what everybody that is connected to you, what kind of tensions they have for you, and if they couldn't be there as being a friend when things were down. It's just like with me, I see everything that I'm going through right now. I don't take it personal, but I'm peeping everything that goes on because there are some people that I went out my way to make sure I can give them that kind word. Or when somebody, universe has told me to say something to them, I took it right to them. But then these things that, not with my family, but just me and my dad and all this stuff, trying to heal from all this, there was people that really loved me, and knew that know that but there are sometimes they'll see pictures, they'll see posts and don't say nothing because they feeling some type of way. And I mean, that's all right, but it's just like I'm not mad, I'm not shook up about it, but now to leave it at that. So it's allowing me to see when my chips are down, who is really there for you. When people are there throughout that process, of what is taking place, that allows you to know what people you want to be there when you get where you want to be, and you enjoy that. But this is that time of true reflection. It's the truer truth. You really need to allow yourself to really sit there. Are you gonna go for what you settle for? Because a lot of times what you settle for, you ain't gonna get what you need. You may get what you may be curious about, but is it something that you really want? Is that person about something, somebody blink their eyes at them and shake a little shoot towards them, or their interest over there? Because a lot of times it could, you have a tree, you were that tree. There's sometimes you got to that, but there's leaves that break away, and that's some people that we connect with. And there's sometimes they'll be all over here and they be all over there, and then when the seasons change, they're gone. They're like leaves. And I remember when Tyler Perry said that, and I was like, yes, you are speaking the truth. And there's a lot of times you got to see where those people are, because a lot of times we fail ourselves by giving somebody, what is it? You don't put on seasonal people, and that's where our disappointment comes in. If you are never, you can't place all that into somebody, because it's just like you have to see what's going on, or see what they got going on. Allow yourself to really get to know them first, see their habits, all that, not just jumping in because they gave you some good compliments. Because if they know that you got mommy issues or daddy issues, they're gonna try to cater to you. If somebody comes at you with that, my mom and my dad in a condescending or being arrogant or all about yourself, self-centered. It's just when you know you have something good. A lot of times people say what they want to, hear, say what they want you to hear, just to get, just get into that door. But they get complacent and aren't doing the things they did every, do everything to do to get you. They're not doing the same thing. They're like, oh shoot, I got them there. This is not reflecting. This girl had a good guy, and now all she was is shallow. Oh, he's too cute. Oh, he's just that. He's so full in the friend zone. And he was like, why don't you think about me? And she was like, oh no, silly, you're my friend. I can't see us doing that. I want to ruin a friend relationship. And then it was just like they go out to the club, and she ain't even paying attention to the guy friend. She all up in this other dude face, and he just dogged her. Then she want to call the friend up, and then when he get there and come see her, oh, well, he came back, so I don't need you to come over. And he had a big bouquet of dissed her and went to another female. And then she called him again, and he's like, I've been there for you. You were going for all these people, and I really told you how I felt for you, but you didn't go for me. That you end up losing out on on a big blessing to them. You call out on that stuff because if they applied to themselves, and you kept it real with them, all those different things. But allow yourself to go for what you deserve. Allow somebody to be with you that respects you. Allow yourself to be with somebody who sparks your interest in different things, uplifts you when you don't feel confident about yourself, give you that support in struggles. And they're glad that you told them those things, but they don't take you towards those things already. They've seen how pain has inflicted on your life. They've seen what you have endured, and they make sure you get all opposite of what has been plotted. And that there's something that you can't touch. If there's something that you feel like something is too good to be true, it usually is. But you have to go what you're worth. Go for what you deserve. Don't settle for something just to be in something, because when you usually do that, it'll be something messed up. Give it a few weeks, and you start seeing people too. We were able to resonate with the content of this video. Much love to y'all. I'll probably do another video or two, because this daggone download and this third eye and all this guys as well too. But I would love to give a post notification shout out to let me see, Evie Harnan, and let me see who else. Your first time at my channel, welcome. So good to have you. If you with me for a while, y'all, apologize. My face, the auras keep changing on me, so I do apologize. If you've been with me for a while, thank you so much for the continued support you've been constantly giving me. You like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, tell somebody about the channel, share, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. If you need to get in touch with me privately, you can either get in touch with me on my email. It's on the about on the last part of my channel. You can, they got the videos and this playlist, book messenger. You don't have to have the act mess with Facebook, but I always tell people that's the quickest way to find me. You don't have to get the page to just invest in the messenger, and whatever we talk about is confidential. That you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. I hope and pray you're safe, that you're having days of love and kindness. And I pray that whatever you're trying to manifest, that you get even more than what you asked for. I will see y'all in my next video. Make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. All those things can really take somebody a long way. So I'll see y'all in my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be wild.